Hi guys, if anybody's in here yet. Oh my gosh, one of my dogs just tried to kill the other dog. Wow. With love. Yeah, they love each other. That was crazy. Okay, so thank you so much everyone for joining tonight. I am going to Tara is going to be joining us in a moment here. Let's see, hold on. And you guys know I've always got to get my shit together here. Because if I, had it together already, then that'd really confuse everybody, huh? So give me one sec here. And then oh, hold on, guys. Sorry. Here, there we go. Okay. And okay, now I can see you guys again. So, hi, Natalie. Let me get the link over to Tara. Here we go. And she'll be joining us in a minute. She, much like me, was running just a teensy bit late, but I thought I would go ahead and come on here and just say hi. And I've been like recovering on the couch since I got home, but obviously I'm not too bad off here. Because I am up doing this. Give me 1 second to also copy this and text it to her. Okay, so how was everybody's Thursday? This week has gone by fast. Maybe it's because I was excited and had a lot of stuff going on or something like that. There's my girl Ari. You still have your wrench, don't you, Ari? Or do I need to give it to you again? Show. Hold on. How did we do that before? Guys, I'm so sorry. One day I will. Oh, I have to do it on the YouTube thing. Okay, duh. Hold on. Lord, guys. One day I'll remember how I did all this before. Okay, I see that there's a wrench. Thank you. Gosh. Oh, Lord. Okay. So, I am going to count to 3 every time I say and you guys call me out on it because I need to work on that for public speaking. I did if Whitney is waving a wrench like she's drunk, wielding your power around, Ari. That's so funny. I know there was some controversy over some wrenches getting taken away in some other chats, and someone mentioned the other night it's horrible to get fired from your volunteer job. And Ari, I know that salary you're making would really hurt you if I were to wield the power that I have and remove that from. Can you imagine coming in here and not having a wrench and me just not even telling you why? And you just wondering what you did wrong? See, I should. God, I did it again. Jeez. But I mean, yeah, that would be tough just to come in and you're just a regular spectator. My salary is very large and it puts food in my dog's mouth. Kids are off limits. Kids are off limits. There's my dog in the background. I've got my little recovery bed set up over here because when a few more people get in here, I'll tell you guys more about the little procedure. Well, I guess it was kind of a bigger procedure than I thought that I got done today. I would be so sad you would probably delete my comments. Y'all, the other day when Siwa decided that was was against racism, I tried to contribute and make some comments in her chat, and I was told by other people that they couldn't see my comments. And they were not even ugly comments. I was trying to participate in the discussion because I feel like since I was threatened by the person who made the racist comments, that I should, that I had a kind of, I had some stuff to weigh in there. And she was muted me or something. None of my comments showed. So I am curious now as to how many people that happens to. I wonder that because I'm distracted trying to send a link to people. You guys know I don't have my shit together all right away. I'm just wondering because it's like, how many comments do we not see with the people with the wrenches? Okay, I got a message from, or not, in the people with the wrenches take away. I got a message from Tara. I'm gonna text her back. Gosh, I do. That person said on Reddit that after 26 times she stopped counting. So if anybody wants to take a tally of that, I did for Whitney try to put my eyebrows on tonight, even though I did have surgery today and didn't totally feel like doing that. I did it because I don't want to disappoint anyone. I need something else to set this on top of because I don't like it when my face is covered up by the comments. You look gorgeous. Thank you. This is why you get the wrench, for those nice comments like that. This is why you get so powerful. You have so much power. So what's been going on, guys? What does everybody think about everything before we start chatting with Tara? I'm so excited to chat with her because she's awesome. I've been talking to her for the past couple of days, and she has a lot to say, and she's great. I think that, and she wants to help people. She has a lot of, I'll let her tell you. I don't want to just tell you everything she's gonna say. I'm telling her to take her time. I'll keep them coming. Then the sky's the limit for me at Lily Inc. Yeah, at Lily Inc. We run a tight ship here. We run a really tight ship. And there's no messing around. We've merge, monetize. Every time we wake up in the morning, we go into the bathroom and we beat our bare chests and we yell, merge, monetize, merge, monetize. And that's our mantra here. And if you don't like it, you can get the hell out. Just kidding. Totally just kidding. So while we're waiting on Tara, let's read some fun Reddit comments. Should we? That's one of my favorite things to do. So the first one says, from groundbreaking, go the fuck on. The first one says, and Jen, if you're watching, sorry they don't help. Sorry, what doesn't help? So the first one, and again, I'm not trying to get on bad terms with Jen. I hope that she is trying to be a better person. But the first one says, this is from groundbreaking item 43. Is this Jen plotting? Question mark, in a private room. Say it ain't so. And then there's a emoji. No comments under that one yet. So, and this is in bottom feeders of YouTube. The next comment is from successful-bunch78. Can someone please tell me why Sewer has to mention her supposed SA every time she does a live? Everyone she has dated, it seems like she is accused of an SA also. And I'm saying the letters S and A, not the word SA as in one you would write for college. The doctor, lawyer, grocery bagging guy, etc. She wants us to feel bad for the abuse that her and her children have supposedly suffered, but yet she's the dumbass that stayed with these people. So why exactly is it our fault? Okay, I don't know why Siwa is telling everyone all her business like this. Why? And I've been guilty of sharing too much of my business on the internet too, and that gives the haters ammunition, the people trying to win at YouTube. And I don't know, again, I think we should really all sit down and discuss the rules of YouTube gameplay. I brought that up in Siwa's chat, but my comment was deleted about that. But I think it would be helpful if we had like some firm rules. Oh, here's Tara. Okay. Hold on, we can't hear you yet. Here we go. I'm gonna add her to the stream.
Girl.
Hey there.
Girl, listen to me. I was sitting here looking at myself the whole time, and I didn't even see the buttons that said join studio. Like, what the? I've been sitting here forever. I was like, oh, she was wondering if I'm going to be late. She's late. Sorry about that. Here I am.
Well, thank you so much for coming and talking to us. You look great.
Thank you.
So far on the show, we haven't really seen your face or anything like that yet. So you're in the nicest possible way, a lot prettier than I thought you were.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. I will
your teeth are those your real teeth? Do you have
they are. They are. They're mine. They are mine. I have my wisdom teeth still. Okay. So I never got them removed. And I have this horrible back tooth that just rocks my dome for me all the time. And I actually have this picture, which I know that you would just think was so funny. The tooth infected my face. Okay.
Oh my God.
The doctor said the infection was trying to push itself out through my nose. Okay. And I just love making fun of myself so much. I look so bad. It is so funny. Can I hold my phone up and show you this picture? Yeah. You are going to die. And I really had just gotten out, and you're getting out and you're feeling good about yourself, and then all of a sudden
your tooth is coming through your nose.
My tooth is through my nose. I don't know what's going on. I'm getting my phone right now. You guys are gonna laugh, but I know you
I'm sorry, someone said I don't even know who she is. This is Tara. She is on the new spinoff, I guess, of Love After Lockup, Love During Lockup. And if you guys haven't watched that, you should. She is with a male model, Max, on the show, and we'll ask her a little bit about that later. But I want to hear the tooth story right now.
Okay, well, this is just a picture. Like, okay, so I haven't worn, I didn't wear my nose ring, but I do have my septum pierced. But this is, look at this, girl. This is me.
I'm more concerned about your hair, Tara.
Listen, I had just gotten out. No,
you have a mullet.
I had it half pulled up. Is it bad? I said it was a bad picture.
Hold that picture up beside. I would not even know that was you. Hold that picture up beside your
face.
Look,
girl.
Have you had some cosmetic surgery done or something since?
No, I'm telling. No, God, I want Botox so bad. I dream about
nothing like you. Someone saying, "OMG, glow up."
I know, y'all. That's just how bad it was. I woke up one morning and my whole side of my face was just swollen, and I couldn't close my mouth, my top lip. And I went to the doctor, and my tooth was just messing with me. And my grandmother's been saying to me for years that, oh, that tooth's gonna kill you if you don't get it out. And the prison system is their dental staff is not that well. So now that I'm out, I'm going to be a responsible adult and get it taken care of one day, you know?
I have had some dental trauma myself, and this crooked tooth on the bottom, for no one that sees me in real life has ever commented on it, but it has come to my attention that when I'm talking on lives and stuff like this, at a certain angle, it looks like I'm missing a tooth down there. But in person, no one, and I was asking one of my friends, I was like, instead of doing what I did today, should I get like Invisalign or something? She was like, don't spend, like, no one notices. I'm like, everyone notices online. And but
they're gonna notice everything, you know. No,
I'm
but
not going to get it taken care of. But literally, no one's ever said anything about it to me. But one time I went to the dentist, and I'm sorry, everyone is more interested in you than me, but I have to tell
no,
you.
I'm interested in this tooth girl.
So I go to the dentist, and this was a couple of years ago, and I am always terrified of going to the dentist because I have gritty enamel apparently, and I have dental insurance. I have good dental insurance. There's no reason for me not to go, but every time I go, it's not just a, hey, good job, girl. We're going to clean your teeth. It's, go on. Some nightmare. So I go, and I'd had a root canal on my back bottom tooth, and it had failed and needed to be pulled. It was 10 years later. I had been to the dentist before. I mean, it hadn't been 10 years since I'd been to the dentist. Anyway, the root canal had failed. And instead of doing another one, he said no one could see the tooth. You can do another one and spend thousands of dollars, or we can pull it. And so I said, let's pull it.
Get rid of that guy.
Right.
Thousands of dollars? Oh my God.
So I had a lot of other dental work to be done. And the next week I went back, and I picked this dentist because I knew I had a lot of dental work that needed to be done. And I picked this dentist because they were open on Saturday. You've got Botox for sale?
Oh my God.
Like,
I love that.
I've been looking for a Botox contact. Hit me up, please. I will buy it if you sell it for less than the units I buy it for.
Whoever that is just said the two most beautiful words ever, Botox and sale, and they were in the same sentence, y'all. I'm freaking out. That is so cool. I want to be able to move my face.
I get it up here, and
you have it?
Yeah, I get it in my eyebrow, or like
look at this Nile River running through my head. Look at the Nile River running through my head, like right.
Well, if you don't make that face, nobody's going to know. And if you hold that picture that you had earlier beside you, nobody's ever going to notice. You're going to look fantastic.
I know. I scared myself. I was like, oh, am I dying?
And let me finish this dental story.
Yeah, finish telling me what happened.
So I go back to the same dentist the next Saturday because there was something wrong with the matching tooth on the other side on the bottom. And it needed a root canal. So since the other one I'd paid thousands of dollars before failed 10 years later, it was also I was like, just go ahead and pull it instead of doing the root canal, because no one's going to see it. It's in the back of my mouth, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I go in, and it was a Saturday. So the hygienist or whatever, she takes me back there, and she doesn't know how to like move the chair up and down and stuff, and keeps saying, oh, I'm sorry, I'm the Saturday girl. And I'm like, okay. And usually when I go to the dentist, I put like a podcast on, and I splurge and get the nitrous. I love the nitrous. If I could take that home in gallons, I would. That stuff's amazing.
Yeah, that's the move right there for sure. That's the only reason I go to the dentist.
So I was putting my podcast in, getting relaxed, nervous because I'm about to have a tooth pulled. So it was on this side. Well, he starts numbing. So he looks in my mouth, and he was like, God, has that been bothering you? Is it sore? And I was like, well, I mean, it's bothering me a little bit, but it's not that bad. And he was like, he was like looking at it. He was like, we might have to just cut a little deeper. And I was thinking, well, he's being kind of rude. And so he starts numbing this side of my mouth. And in my mind, I was thinking, well, that's odd because the tooth is on this side, but I'm not a dentist. That's why I came here. And so I figure, maybe there's
over
on this side or something that connects to this. Anyway, so when they open my mouth and he starts poking around on this side where I'd had the tooth pulled the week before, I was like, like, because they have my mouth propped open. And I said, aren't we pulling this tooth? And he's like, they had put the wrong x-rays up and he was going in with
What?
a scalpel and they were going to, I call my point, he was going to try to pull a tooth that was not there. And he thought where it was healing and the gums were swollen, that tooth was so impacted. He was about to dig through my gums.
Okay, see, that's where I'd have been like, okay, let me up. I'm taking the nitrous home with me. Right here, bye.
I said to him, I said, so were you about to pull the wrong tooth? And he goes, oh, no. He said, I just want to make it clear, there wasn't a tooth there to pull. Then what the hell were you about to do? Start digging through my cheek until you found, I mean.
Maybe he was into some cool, like, I don't know, or not, maybe not even cool, maybe like dangerous, like stuff.
I don't know. But then he was like, oh, she put the wrong x-rays up and stuff. And they tried to come in and fix it. And they were like, well, since you were nervous, we're not going to charge you for the nitrous. And I was like, well, I was nervous because you guys were going to dig through my gum line for a tooth that was not there. That's a pretty big oopsie.
Right, right. Yeah. Well, I'm so glad that you were, confident enough to say something, because sometimes people, you don't want to say anything because you don't want to, upset the doctor or upset the nurse. I know whenever I had my kids, I was like,
I thought it was odd when they started numbing the wrong side. And I thought, and I thought that was, but again, the reason why I went there was because I'm not a dentist and I figured they knew what they were doing. And it made me take my earbuds out and I was like, maybe I should pay more attention. There's a podcast called Dr. Death and they even made a show about it and it's a true story.
Yeah.
And if anyone watches it, you should ask more questions when you go to the doctor and stuff. It's scary as hell.
Yeah, for real. It really is. I agree. Well, golly. Okay. No more dentists. Now I don't want to go to the dentist anymore. I can brush my teeth with baking soda. Like
I did get the right tooth pulled finally.
Yeah. Everybody's like, well, how are your teeth so white? Because, I just brush with baking soda, like in the orange box, nothing cool. I have it open. I rip up the top, goes everywhere, of course, put my toothbrush in there and go to town. And it has really, really worked. I had a friend, Robin, that worked in a dentist office. So I was like, girl, that's all it is. Just do that. I was like,
they look like veneers.
Yeah, I wish, girl. I wish. No way. No way.
They're great.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So do you mind if I ask you a few questions about the show? I know there's probably not some things you can talk about, but is it okay if we ask a few questions?
Absolutely. I love it. Come on, hit me.
Okay. So how did they approach you about being on the show?
How they approach me. Okay. So how I originally got asked was through Max at first. I think that he was very interested in doing the show. He was wanting to get out there and everything. And he was recruiting very well, nice about it, everything. And I was kind of caught off guard about it because I've just been through a lot. I was broken relationship with your family and, no work and where are you going to live and like all this stuff. And I just like, do I have time to focus on a TV show? Like, could I do that? So initially I was like, let me think about it. And then like, we'll go from there. And then, I really forgot to think about it. And I got a letter. I know. I was such a shitbag. I just was like, getting ready to get out. It happened right when I was getting ready to get out. Usually, from what I understand, more couples have been together longer during their incarceration. I was actually getting ready to make parole just like 2 weeks before. So my case was a little bit different, which was cool. So I really was just hanging out and I got a letter through the mail from the producers talking to me about how Max had been in contact with them and they would like to talk to me more and everything else. And that was so cool. Like, y'all, I mean, I was kind of like, we got this letter, but
Speaking of the producers, I would love to give a shout out to Alan
Yes.
because anyone I have talked to from Love After
Love
Lockup
Alan.
franchises just has a lot of things to say about how well he does his job, and
He's
good for
great.
you, Alan. And I bet sometimes Alan wants to go home and just bang his head against the wall. Um,
Listen, I know that I'm a lot to deal with. Alan, you know, baby. Thank you for everything. He is such a rock star. He's so
is
fun and
Alan
easy
good
to work with.
looking?
Alan is good looking. Alan is good.
Oh, okay.
Alan
I've
has this
always wondered
energy.
that.
Y'all, Alan has this energy that you'll just be sitting there and then he'll come around and all of a sudden you're like, yeah. You know, you feel why do I feel this way? You know? So he's really great. And he really, really worked with me. It was more me. So whenever I did contact him, I told him, I said, look, we can do some things in the prison system. But let me tell y'all, in the prison system, there is a system for everything. You cannot just pick up that phone and call. I know I'm being repetitive, and I know people are like, I know.
No.
But it is true. Like, you cannot just pick up the phone and call somebody. You have to go through an approved list and a counselor. And if anybody's been in prison, we know all about the counselors. And it takes forever. And so it wasn't like I was just going to be able to talk to him all the time. So I did try to get him approved for a phone call, one phone call, and that was the whole big stand-up phone call thing.
So
I
why did you miss the phone call?
Okay, so I missed a phone call because the only thing that is consistent in prison is inconsistencies. Okay, like I was just unable to make the call, the phone. Not that I didn't want to do it. Like
Tara, I'm listening. I'm going to turn my camera off for just a second because of
okay, oh, don't leave me.
oh, I'm just turning the camera off of me because I have to I have to do there's something with the procedure I had done today. I
Right,
have to change a bandage.
right, right. Are you feeling okay? I didn't even ask you.
I'm feeling fine. I just
You look
there's
great.
incisions and they were telling me that I can feel one, not to be gross, but I can feel one leaking, and I'm don't want to do that in front of everyone. So I'm just gonna go like this for a minute while we get
Isn't
it done.
she so sweet, y'all? She's so sweet. She doesn't want to share her leakage with us. But it's okay. So while she's dealing with her leakage, I will continue about this phone call.
Yeah, so keep on telling us about.
So it wasn't that I just didn't show up. It was just it was an unfortunate series of events with the prison system, the myself, and that I couldn't make it. And I was really kind of sad because I wanted to see him and I wanted to talk to him and to Max and everything, because in prison you're lonely and you want to be able to talk to friends and family and see them on a video screen and be able to just escape, you know, somehow without another Danielle Steele book, which I love Danielle Steele books, but geez, you know, and just go, you know. And so that's what ended up happening. So I ended up getting out. So I made parole. All right. I made parole, which I was shocked. I made parole because I was really thinking I was going to max out my sentence. It's 3-year sentence. I'd been,
What
I
were you
don't
in prison
know.
for?
What was I in for?
Mm-hmm.
Drugs. I was in there for drugs. I was in there for a possession charge. I was giving somebody a ride home. Everybody, and I know that sounds so crazy. I was giving somebody a ride home and it wasn't mine. Look, I've been to prison 5 times. Okay. I've owned all of my crap every time. Like, yeah, that was my, okay, you got me. Oh, fuck. Here we go again. I'm telling you, this was not my deal. Like the straw, there was no drugs found. It was a straw in the passenger side door. I was a driver and there was a passenger. I do have a co-defendant. And he stuck the straw on the side of the door. He admitted it in my discovery pack 3 times. Okay. And then all of a sudden he changed his mind the last 5 minutes before we left. Okay, cool. So I knew the drill and I knew what was going to happen. So I ended up going back and I did not take a split sentence because I don't want to do probation. I'm not, I don't, and I'm not. So I just, I did my time. So I made parole and I get home and I like have this letter from Alan and Bree. And I'm like, it's like burning a hole in my hand. I'm like, well, should I do this? Like, what should I do? And you know, I'm a mom, you know, and everything, and I'm working on my relationships with my family and stuff like that. And you have to factor these things in when you do a program like that. You know, it's not just going to affect you, you know, and at this point in my life, I'm trying to be considerate of, hey girl, no more leakage, right?
I know. Oh, sorry
I
about that.
know. Dry as a bone. I like that. So, anyways, I spoke with my family about it, and my daughter and stuff, and they were like, you know, do it if you want to. We're here. We're whatever. So I called, and it was that Alan. He got me, you know, and yeah, he's great, and we just had a good time. We just had a great time, and while you know everything was going on, and um, that's how I ended up there, you know, just
How are you and Max doing now?
well, I guess you know, I don't want to be a spoiler alert, you know what I mean? He's great. He is great. He's such a good person. He's very, very talented. I know that social media can be such a beep, 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 beep. Y'all know what I'm saying.
Mm.
But I feel like we have to be fair. You know, he's going after his dream. He's doing what he wants to do. And, um, you know, we can see more of that, you know, maybe in other areas, you know, like myself, I can learn from that. So I don't want to give it away. So you guys have to keep watching and seeing what happens with Max and I. But I will, and I want to say that he is a very, very great person. And I just totally enjoy him. So, yeah.
How do you enjoy him? Like in the bedroom or?
Oh my goodness. He's cute, right?
We'll keep watching to find
Yeah.
out.
Keep
Um,
watching, keep watching. You never know what can happen, you know?
I know.
I'm that girl. I'm that girl that does the unpredictable. Just when you think you have me figured out, I'm like, do something crazy, you know?
That's the kind of girls I
So,
like.
I
I
know.
I have a thing for the crazy blondes on the Love After Lockup franchises. They're always my favorites.
Take me as I am. Accept me.
So what you said you've been to prison 5 times.
Yes, 5.
So
Like,
what can you tell us what was it for drugs all 5 times or?
yes, I am a creature of habit. I am a Capricorn. So, you know, we are creatures of habit, and I would hate to break my cycle. So, yes, of course, it's all for drugs and all in the same county. Um, it's kind of like one of those things. Have you ever heard the expression big fish, little pond type
Mhm.
of thing? Like, once you've made an impression here, and I'm tall, I'm 5'10, you know what I'm saying? Stick out.
You
So,
are tall.
I'm so tall, right? And I just, I just kept going back for violations. Like I did my time the first time, and then I felt, and I hope that I mean, I don't care. I'm just gonna say it. Like I felt his system failed me. Like I know you fail yourself, and you set up for your own success. And that is very, very true, and everything. But I am big on second chances. I'm big on let's talk about it. I think it's important. I'm big
Why
on
does Jay Wood say, "Tara, we're gonna call you Chang Gang Charlie"?
that sounds hot, dude. I love that. And you know that was so funny is that my alter ego when I was being bad was Charlie. That was my name. I wasn't Tara anymore. I like changed, you know.
There we go.
She died.
Okay. Okay,
So
so go back to what is the
yeah,
first time you ever went to prison? What
yeah.
was that?
I was young. I've been going since I was 18. Back and forth for drug charges and violations for drug screens, dirty drug screens. I did that and changing my address. I did my third prison sentence was literally because I changed my address 4 miles up the street, and I did 28 months for that. And that to me was insane. Like over 2 years for changing my address. No,
That's
yeah. So, and it's it's funny when you get into the system and you talk to more people about why they're there. And, sometimes they say that's a cardinal rule not to ask people why they're there and stuff, but you get to talking and you start finding out that like the prison systems are flooded with just ridiculous things. Like, why are we doing this? It just needs to be talked about. And that's what I want to do. In the future and down the road, it's just like really get in there with some prison reform stuff and like talk about it and just like get in the meat of it.
I
But
think that that's great. My mother was actually a parole officer and a probation officer, and I guess they weren't her clients, but her parolees and stuff, I can remember when I was little, us getting up in the middle of the night and driving to the projects to give someone money or something because they needed it or a ride or something like that. Like she really was a good one that tried to help people. And
and
she had one of her favorite parolees say, if you lock someone up for 5 years, you may as well lock them up for their whole lives because people disappear, the world changes, resources run out, family and people stop coming to visit, and it just is really hard to get back into society after that.
right. I was talking with a friend earlier, and I was like, this past Thanksgiving was the first Thanksgiving I was home for in 9 years.
Wow.
And because it seems like I always go to jail right when the fair is here in our town. Like, it's so weird.
When
Like,
the fair is there,
isn't that weird?
do you
I
just go
don't know. I
crazy for the
look at it
fair and
like
you
an
just have to
omen.
party that night? And
I don't know. I look at it like an omen. I'm like, oh shit, the fair's
do you
coming.
actually go to the fair?
Yes, I
And do you get in
do.
trouble at the fair?
No, I don't get in trouble at the fair. It's just like a weird omen. It's like October comes and then I'm in jail. And I was just like, wow, like I was home this Thanksgiving, like
How did that feel?
lonely.
Oh,
It was lonely. I haven't gotten my feet wet yet, and I haven't gotten my relationships back yet, and I haven't fixed things yet. And that's another thing that happens that you really have to be patient with yourself and with your sobriety. As addicts, like I'm a full-blown addict, okay? Like my addiction doesn't play with me.
what
I
is your drug of choice?
more of whatever you
What Okay, but what is it,
have.
like
It was
meth,
really,
crack? What's
No, I could never get with the crack thing, but I was really into pills. Pain pills was like my first love, and then I started mixing it with meth and stuff. But I had done cocaine. I'd done it all, and it felt so good. And the people around me in that scene accepted me for being broken, inside, because just because you're not using as a young child growing up into adult, there are things that happen that just make you feel disconnected, and when you're young, I don't feel like now looking back, that you're disconnected. You know what I mean? Like you just
Mhm.
all of a sudden feel really good, and that's what happened with me. And um, I just want more for myself this time. And I was talking, I think I was talking to maybe you about it. Like, there's no way that a parole officer, which I need to shout out to my parole officer. I'm not gonna say his name, but he is so badass, y'all. Like he has such patience with me and he really, really works with me. Now, the office that he works in, not so much. But anyway, um, he I was telling him, like, you cannot make somebody want to change. You really have to have it. I have heard it all. I've heard the people talking in rehabs and in AA and NA, which I love. I really do, because once you get in there, you're like, yeah, you can really connect with these people. But to be forced to do it by a court order or a husband or a wife or whatever is, y'all, that's not going to work. Like I'm telling you, it's not going to work. You have to want it. So I say all that to say this, because I've been doing this for on and off for like 20 years. Um, 20 years is a long time to be on paper and to be in the prison system and everything. And that's my reality. And that's cool and all. But this is the first time in my life that I wanted it myself on my own. And I'm like, holy shit, y'all, it's finally here.
Why? What changed?
And I don't know. I have no idea what changed. I don't know. It wasn't that I got tired. It wasn't that I hit rock bottom. It wasn't that I don't know. It was just done. I feel like internally, I knew I was better than this and that I could do something else. Sometimes, people ask me all the time, well, what is it you would like to do, Tara? Well, I don't know, because I don't know. I know that I love talking to people and getting other people's opinions about things. And if I have the right topic to talk about, I feel like maybe we can, something can happen. So
I can tell you're very smart. Like, you're very articulate and well-spoken. I think you can do whatever you put your mind to. Are there any things you have coming up or anything that you're working on, or?
Well, there's nothing I'm like working on, like a project per se, but I want to. So I want to get out there and definitely do some things. But I want to say this. I have a friend in a prison now. He's in a men's prison. You know who you are. I hope you're watching.
In prison? Can he watch?
Yeah, he's such a
They
nice.
can watch YouTube in prison?
I don't know. We can do all sorts
Oh, he's got one of those, like, okay,
it's a life and stuff.
I'm one of those, why are you kicking me under the table type people.
Okay,
I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Okay.
Okay, you're late. Okay, catch up. This is musty, all right? No, I'm kidding. So, but his story is so intense because of his sentence. His sentence is a double life sentence plus 20, and it was he didn't kill anybody. Nope.
What did he do?
It was one text message or a phone call. I'm not really sure yet because we're going to sit down and talk to each other about his whole thing. And I just don't know why his spirit is so good, y'all. Like, he is just upbeat. He's like, I'm not going to stop. And he's young.
If there's a way to do it, I would love to interview him here and get his story out there.
Oh, he's cute, y'all. Like, he's so cute, very smart. I feel like he comes from a nice family. Prison people know each other. Okay, if you're a prison person, it's like, I hate to tell you, you're not a prison person, so you're not like in the club. So I'm gonna have to tell you about it. Okay.
At the next meeting, tell them about me. I want to know.
Right, and we'll say, that's why I'm filling you in. So, like, I don't know him from the streets. Okay, I don't know him from there. But I know him just because prison people, we all know each other. We network with each other. We talk to each other. It's a world inside itself. So I recently just met him, and he was like, bro, please let me tell you my story, man. It's a killer one. Yeah. And like, I need help. And I'm like, let me hear it. So we're going to talk more. And I hope that there is something that we can do, even if it's just to get the knowledge that he needs or the right person or whatever. I'm not trying to change the world. I'm just trying to,
double life plus 20, and he is such a good person.
He is. He really is. He you never know what could happen to you or what could be. You could pull up with your friend at the gas station and not know anything that this person's got going on. That person goes in there and holds somebody up at gunpoint. You're going to prison too for the same charge. For the exact same charge. You didn't even know anything was going off, and you're not getting out of it. So yeah, he is a good person. He's a very good person, and I'm rooting for him. And some of the smartest people are in prison. Like,
oh my gosh, if you when I say you guys put up a siren or something.
Apple juice. Remember, we practice a banana.
Yeah, right.
Banana girl.
Banana. So when like watching those shows like Lockup or something, or not Love After Lockup, but when Yeah, like when they invent ways to in their own languages to pass a note through the toilet and with using a paper clip, and it's like you guys could run the world if you. How did you even figure out how to do that?
They're so smart, and the ideas that you come up with, and in a later like show that we are, well, whenever we talk later, I want to tell you my ideas are so funny. I don't want to give it all to you tonight, like
Yeah,
you
you
have
have
nothing
a
else to
lot
do but
to
sit
say,
there and
and I
drink.
if this gentleman that you're talking about has a way to stream or something, if he has,
Yeah, he was
access
convicted of conspiracy. That was it. A
if he has
conspiracy.
access to the internet and can get on here and do a live stream, I would love to hear his story and see, what
I will.
I like listening to people. I guess because of my mother, and she had such sympathy and wanted, like, she got so invested in wanting to help these people, and I
All it takes is the right time, the right place, the right opportunity, the right person. You don't know how the universe can like line people up to be a. I mean, to look at me and you. I mean, you have been so wonderful to me. I just, oh,
well,
and
I liked you instantly as soon as I heard your voice. You're so friendly and
oh, thanks.
outgoing, and I
Thank you,
think
thank you.
that's great. I think that you trying to your attitude and your spirit, and I think you have a genuine desire to use your experience to help people. He is not serving that kind of time because he is innocent and he got caught in the system.
Well,
Chrissy,
we're glad he's not on our trial, on our jury.
okay, so Chrissy
Holy
thinks that he
bananas!
should. So he's convicted by Chrissy and by a court of
You
law,
want thank
and
you for your time. Bye-bye.
Chrissy, you're entitled to your opinion.
Well, I'm going
Uh,
to ask him, and maybe you guys, once y'all meet him and you talk to him yourself, maybe you'll form a different opinion. It's not nice and it's very unladylike and friendly to do that. You should not form an opinion about somebody. You don't know the whole story. I don't even know the whole story. I'm just saying that he reached out and he was like, "Girl, I heard you wanted to do some prison reform stuff. Get out there, do your thing. Everybody in here is rooting for you and everything else, and I'm nobody. I'm nothing. I'm just in this small Georgia town who made a bunch of bad mistakes and everything, and I just want to get out and be a better version of myself. And I know there's going to be people on here that's like picking and picking and picking, and that's cool because that's not where I'm at mentally or spiritually. Like, I have nothing, I have no animosity built up inside me right now, whereas I used to, and I think it's unfortunate that we sometimes have to feel like we have to lash out at each other instead of being like, maybe just listen, you know?
what would you think if you were in, what would you think would be the best resource for the prison system that they could do better as far as getting people prepared to go back into society? What would, if you had like your number one thing that you would suggest, what
I
would
would
that be?
I would suggest jobs, the opportunity for everybody to get jobs. And I'm not painting him as a saint. I'm so sorry. I got this little bubble on my thing. I'm not painting him as a saint. I'm saying that I don't even know anything about it yet. I just would hate it if my son went to prison for double life murder, conspiracy or whatever, and he didn't do anything. People, guys, boys, whatever, you get caught up in a moment trying to be cool and say things that you really don't mean, and then you get convicted. I'm not saying that that's what happened either. I'm saying I don't know, but I
And
would like
one thing
to
my
know
mom
more.
used to say, you remind me with the things you're saying, is she said one of her parolees said to her one time that the man you, like, if someone's being executed or doing life or something, that the man that you put in prison 20 years ago is not the same man you're executing 20 years later, or
Definitely not.
is not. And I'm not saying that people, Chrissy, you might be right. He might have done something horrible and deserve this, but there are innocent
Absolutely.
people in in prison all the time, I would encourage you to listen to a podcast called In the Dark about Curtis Flowers and his case that went before. Are you familiar with what I'm talking about?
I am.
And so I would encourage everyone. It's an amazing podcast and it's fascinating.
Yeah,
and,
I get so passionate about it, girl, like where I'm like, everybody listen, because it's hard to explain to people who have not been in the system how the system is. And where when I say things sometimes out loud, it doesn't seem as bad anymore. But at the time where you are literally at the mercy of other people, you are a number, you are not a name, you're not a person, you have no feelings anymore, you have no children, you don't have a past, an education, nothing. You are just a number. And that is it. That is very, and I know some of us deserve it. Okay, I get it. Cool, bro. We get it. We fucked up. But can we forgive each other and maybe try to help? Like, we didn't get it like you. Y'all, you got it on the first try. Great. You did good. You did great. I didn't. I fucked up about 100 times. Can you please help me? It takes a lot of guts for someone to ask for help. Like, that's where I also think that people relapse or fail, is because they're so ashamed, or, they don't want to ask and bother somebody.
Or no one would give them a chance. And that's a double-edged sword too. Like, I don't know, to be honest with you, if I would want to hire someone that had, 15 felonies or something like that, looking at it, even if because that would make you leery of someone, and that's not fair for someone who's really wanting to change, but you don't know. It's hard to tell, I guess, the good. I don't know what the answer is what I'm saying, because I get.
I understand your situation, because that's how we are. We're like, some of us, and not all of us. I'm not trying to come in and like speak for every person that's been in prison. I know this is a case by case, person by person. There's levels to this. I know that. But I'm just saying, mean people suck. Okay? That's what I'm saying.
Mean people suck. Is that what you said?
Suck.
Absolutely.
Mean people suck. Okay? And I just want to help, because I know what it feels like to be helpless and have nobody. I know that feeling. And until you felt that feeling, like genuinely, I really feel like it's hard to form an opinion about a prison system or an inmate based on no facts.
Chrissy says a life for a life. I have mixed, well,
there was no life taken by him. None.
In general, if there was, or something like that, look at all the cases. What if you're wrong when you execute someone? And if someone, God forbid, murdered a family member or someone of mine, I don't know that I would not want them to be punished that way. But with DNA and things that have come out, what if you execute the wrong person? Or there's just, so I think the death penalty I don't know the solution to that either. Like, just what if you're wrong? I mean, my God.
What if? It's always the what if. I definitely feel like morally, or like my conscience would have a big factor in being the one that pushes that button. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know if I could sign up for that, bro. Like, that'd be awful. And I know the prison system is called it's the Department of Corrections. Okay, that means they're designed to correct us from our wrong, what we've done. Okay, and they have a lot of great things. I don't want to sit here and just bash prison. I mean, prison sucks. I mean, nobody wants to sign up for prison, but there's a lot of things. Classes, you can get an education, you can do all sorts of positive things while you're there. It's up to you. You have to decide how you do your time, and you can do it one way or another. I've done it both ways, and I have found that if I took my time and I planned and I came up with something that was gonna work, instead of just doing like a fly by my seat, like just how I've been living, it is better. Like, take the classes, talk to somebody, come up with a plan, like help. I need help. So I think what, like, circling back to your original question of like, what do you think that would benefit most inmates getting out? And I just feel like it'd be work and working, like, give us some more opportunities to work. So
Yeah, because I'm sure it's so hard to find work. What are you aspiring to do you have a plan yet? I mean, it's been very soon.
okay, so I want to get my microblading license. Microblading
Oh,
licenses, eyebrows. I am obsessed with eyebrows. Let me tell y'all something. I know what kind of day I'm gonna have by how my eyebrows are. Okay,
I
like,
get shredded for my eyebrows all the time. I do not tweeze them. The
are
other
you
night, someone
throwing?
asked me why I didn't fill them in, but I don't tweeze them. They're too thin, and then I try not to just make it look like I draw on, with a marker. But we've been talking about eyebrows a lot lately.
I'm opposite. I want the most obnoxious eyebrows you could ever come up with. I want to look like they are drawn on, and you see my eyebrows before you see anything else. They changed me.
They look good. If I did that, it would look like I just took a Sharpie marker and
Yeah. So that, well, I really felt like, being, whenever you have as many felonies as I have, or you've done as many times as I have, you're right. It's not, nobody's going to be jumping for joy to have you come and work for them. Okay. So a lot of us get a trade. And so I really like doing hair, doing makeup, doing all this stuff, and that's cool. But
your
the
makeup looks
eyebrow
great.
thing, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You remember, we didn't have that great of stuff in prison. So now I'm just like so grateful for everything. But I didn't realize the money you can make doing eyebrows. Like, some of these girls
Eyebrows
are
are huge right
making.
now. Real quick, Kat, what is happening? This is Tara from Love During Lockup, and she's our guest tonight, and she's great. And we're talking about her experience and her ideas on prison reform and whatever the heck else. So that's what's happening. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's great. Uh, yeah, I know I jumped from like one extreme to the other, from like double murder to eyebrows, but that's just me. So, yeah. So, I did a little research about it. I had a friend send me in the whole study guide and everything while I was in prison. He sent it to me, and there's a lot that goes on with it, with the layers of the skin and the different styles and everything. And you have to have some sort of level of confidence to do that to someone's face. Okay,
Mhm.
like, you're literally it's not like tattooing, but it is like you're cutting the skin and giving it a look. It just gives you a whole different look. So I found that in Atlanta, so I'm in Atlanta, and they start, it's like $60,000 to $100,000 a year doing eyebrows. Like,
Atlanta is a very expensive city, so I would imagine like it's
yeah.
expensive to live there. The income there is good. I would think you could make a lot of money doing that.
Yeah, so that is my plan. So I really have to thank my dad for wanting to support me along the way and help me get into a microblading class. Now, the classes, I've been online looking at them, like, some are 2 days, some are 3 days. That extra day, it's only 2 to 3 days. Like, that is just absolutely and crazy, and that you can learn how to do that quickly. But it's like $3,100. Some are like $1,500. Some is like, this. So right now I'm just working at this cleaning place. Clean.
Mhm.
And I cut hair on the side. I cut my friend's hair today, and doing whatever I can that is legal and healthy for me to do to get ahead. And
That's
we call it getting it out the mud, girl. And that's what. So what do you do for a living? Everything. Yeah.
that that's a great that's a great way to hustle. I move quick for cash. I like to make money too. Because I have been in a position before where people say money is not everything, but problems are much easier when you have money than when you don't. and
Yeah.
it's, you have resources and things like that. And it's great to learn skills like that because everybody wants to look pretty.
Yeah, and
And
it makes people feel good and it's fun and it's like I live my life by the law of attraction. I don't know if any of you guys are into that or if we should even talk about that sort of stuff on here. We don't do that.
we can talk about
Okay, cool. So I mean, you know how sometimes like no,
it.
no, I'm kidding. So I live my life by the law of attraction. I love The Secret. I have it tattooed on my arm. It is it's a book. It is a book.
I've read it.
I'm obsessed with it, dude. Like, and I have definitely not
I've
replaced
never made a vision board. Have you made a vision board?
hundreds of them. Love them. I
Have you
have a
seen that they
gratitude
work?
box. I have my secret check. I have all of these things, and they're good little. They're good exercises, you know, to do. But if you read
Did
the
you try
word,
the attracting a spotted feather exercise?
okay, I listen to me. I have a story. Okay.
Okay.
So, and I did this, and I know for a fact, and that's the hard part. Like, you have to believe. It's ask, believe, receive. You have to believe. That's the faith. Okay. If you don't have that, it's not going to do anything. You can have a thought. It starts with a thought. Everything starts with thought.
A thought like in your head, or a thought as in that hoe over there.
Yeah. No. Oh my. Well.
Or do you
I
need
think
both?
she's gone. Is she gone? You know who I'm talking about. Okay, I'm gonna be nice. Anyway, I was on a cleaning crew inside the jail, the county jail, right? I did laundry. And so I would be gone all day long. So we'd have to get up, make our beds, do everything, make sure everything's perfect.
Did you get paid?
Attention. That was it.
No, I thought I mean, I know they don't pay you well, but like to put a little something on your commissary, I thought that you would get no, nothing. Okay.
No, but I would take extra sheets, and if they had donation socks in the box, I would always grab them. I had like 40 pair of socks. It was weird. Anyways,
Socks.
I mean, yeah, socks it's cold in jail.
Okay.
You know, yeah, layer up, girl. I had socks on my hands like gloves, you know, like cold in there, man. Make a sock eye patch to go to sleep to keep the light out of your eyes because the lights never go out. They go out, but then there's emergency light. Yeah, socks are universal. You got to have socks.
I am really interested in. I had a friend that spent some time in jail, and she was telling me how they would make mascara out of toothpaste and ink.
Or
Tracy
coffee.
actually made mascara out of coffee filters, I think, and toothpaste or something like that. What are some other?
Well, I like to eat my commissary. That's the thing. That was my thing. I always get to fat as hell when I go to jail. It's so crazy. Like, I know when I go to jail, you're gonna be, you know, gaining some weight, you know.
I see that on the show Love After Lockup. Like they get out of jail and they're chunky, and then a couple months later, they've dropped a lot of weight. And sometimes that, maybe not just because they did a whole bunch of exercise. I don't know, but
listen, and you know what? I hold the prison system responsible for that crap too. You made me fat, bro. So you made me fat. You fed me cornbread. You fed me beans for the past however freaking long. You didn't give me not a good diet at all. And now I'm self-conscious and I don't feel like myself and my jeans don't fit and I got a back fat roll that just won't go away. I hate that back fat roll, y'all. It just pisses me off so bad. So, as addicts, we try like, okay, if I just do this for like a week, I'll feel better. But there's no such thing as a week. That is made up in your head, in the addict's fictitious fairy tale land of being able to control their drug use. Like, it's just not going to happen. But wait, let me finish telling you about the law of attraction thing. So we had this one lieutenant that would always come in and give whoever the room of the day, and he would always draw on their windows or whatever, and basically you get an extra 30 minutes out of your cell because we're on a 23-1, meaning we're locked down 23 hours a day and out 1 hour. So everybody wanted that extra 30. Oh, like what? Okay, cool. So we dealt with that, but everybody would really try for those extra 30 minutes and clean their room real nice. Well, while this is going on, like I, was down in the laundry, I was talking to the girls about the secret, about being positive and everything. And I think it's so funny when people start bitching about positive people because it's like, what we're talking about, like that's what we're talking about. Stop. But the they were getting it. I was getting through to them. These girls were starting to get to it, and I was just going on and on and on about how you can attract something. So this one girl challenged me. She said, "Okay, okay, okay. So you can attract stuff. Can you attract a penguin?" I was like, "Yeah." Of course, I can definitely attract a penguin. And I came back, and my room was the room of the day. And the guy the lieutenant drew a dapping penguin on my window, and it was just, I just knew that was. It was great, and the girl saw it, and then she got it. Like, she didn't get like the whole thing, but she understood what I was saying, why I was so passionate about it, because you know things can happen if you really believe them. You know what I mean?
That's very motivational because I have read The Secret and stuff and kind of but I've never gotten so much into it where I made a vision board and really went for it and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
if it's good enough for Oprah, it's good enough for me, I think.
right.
Um,
She did like a 30-day special or something on The Secret, and
mhm.
yeah, I thought, my dad is the one that turned me on to it. I think it was because I had a bad attitude. I was always so negative about everything, and I think that he was trying to reach out to me and say, "Hey, kid, you got to think about what you're saying because you're actually working against yourself." When you do that, and he was right, and I understand more now. So that's cool. That's what I do. Oh my God, am I narcissistic? What does that
I
say?
started to say, we have a question. I've seen comments
What?
on of is this an act? Are you a
I
narcissist
don't
in
know if
any
I'm not
way?
good of an actress. No, because I really don't. I quit apologizing for being me a long time ago. I used to be that girl that'd be like, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. I'm sorry. I'm broken. Please accept me." Blah blah blah. I That's such a horrible way to live. Why do I have to keep apologizing for being me? Do I make you apologize for being you? No. I think you're great, and if we don't agree on something, it doesn't mean I want to cut you down. Like, I'm not that insecure. And I'm
I
not
think you
that
sum it up when you say mean people suck. Mean
mean
people suck
people
really
suck,
bad.
bro. Like, mean people suck. Look, and I've been dealing with that my whole life. Like, I was so fat and ugly in like middle school and high school, so awkward. Like, no boyfriends, no friends. Like, it was just like weird, and just like these girls were so mean. Like, 12 and 13-year-old girls are the meanest people that has ever graced the earth. Like I'm terrified of them, even to this day. At almost 40, I see a 12-year-old girl coming. I'm like, whoa, here
Oh
you
my
go.
god,
I'll step all the way, But I just really don't
girls that age are
understand. Huh?
terrible. Girls that age are terrible.
Man, they were, man,
Just
they were.
vicious. Yeah.
But and I'm not, I just don't understand. No, this is not an act. This is exactly who I am, and I'm not sorry for it anymore. I freaking I'm new at this sober thing, y'all. Like, everybody's got to, bear with me. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I just got out. I just got out in August. Like, I'm on intensive parole. I barely have a job. I my kids are in two separate places. I borrowing a truck from my dad. Thanks, Dad. By the way, thank you so much. Because my Jeep was taken when I went to prison. I have all sorts of things going on, and for the first time, I'm trying to hit them on head first and trying to find my place, my tribe, where I fit in the world without drugs. And
So have you had
yeah.
to make new friends? Like, because I would imagine a lot of the friends that you had probably did drugs also. Like, is that a hard adjustment having to make friends that don't do drugs and
Well, it is because it's you want to hang out with your friends because when you were doing drugs and stuff and hanging out, you built a relationship with people that wasn't just drugs, like you got to know them and stuff like that. And so you always want to be like, on social media, like, oh, hey girl, what's up? Or hey, what's been going on with you? But it never fails. It always, always, always goes back to the same thing.
yeah. So I saw something on your Instagram and I want to ask you about it. And I don't know if how much you can say about it, but there's something, I'm going to look it up right now.
Okay.
On your Instagram that says it is a picture of you leaning back and there is a man that looks like he has a mask on and it says coming soon. What does that mean? What's coming soon?
That could be a double meaning now that I think about it. No, so I'm giving OnlyFans a shot, and I heard you might have had some little. Come on, tell me. I hear you're involved.
Oh God, that was a big success story for me. That was a big ordeal. We'll talk about that another time. I'm sure the people watching are not interested in hearing about. I wasn't necessarily involved with it. I
Like,
helped.
were you doing it
on the show with? She didn't have access to a computer and things like that. I think my only days are behind me. OnlyFans days are behind me.
Okay.
Nature Lily, you should snatch her up and manage her. I think I'm out of the social media management business, but I do think Tara is fabulous.
Give me a chance. I beat me okay? I promise you.
I will tell you guys, Tracy made a lot of money with OnlyFans. Like there is nothing wrong for anyone that shames someone for doing that. If you're providing for it's legal, it's go fuck yourself.
What year is this? Okay, like what year is this? 2022? Like, come on, y'all. Like, be real. Like, I know there's a way. Let's be tasteful about it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be what it could be. But I'm not gonna be like that. I'm gonna keep it as tasteful as possible. And
like art.
As what?
Like art. Not
like art.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I'm gonna swagger jack that. Yes. Like art. I'm demonstrating art, but I also had fun. I had fun. And people are gonna be mad anyway. They're mad. They're gonna like nobody said anything about porn. Like this girl, nobody said anything about porn. I just said I was keeping it tasteful, and that is what I'm going to do. And I'm colorful, baby. And I've been around the block. I've been around the block. I've seen things. I've done things. I've been to prison, everything else. I don't think this little gig is going to shock anybody. And it's
if you do OnlyFans, do you plan on doing that in front of your kids?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I can't wait.
Skylar, I mean, I think that's,
Yes, I do have two beautiful kids. And like I said, I have been around the block. I've seen a couple things. This is very, very low on the shock thing. And that divides like me with other people. I'm doing it. So not sorry. Is that what we say now? Like, cause I'm not not apologizing anymore for being me. And it's the oldest profession there is, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean it is. And I think obviously I think if you are comfortable doing it, obviously my feelings on it, because I helped Tracy with her site, are that
there's levels to this, right? Like I'm new to this. Okay. I have no idea what TikTok is. When I got out one
TikTok,
time,
I don't know really a lot about that either. Cause I'm on all this other stuff. Like TikTok just seems But I'm sure I can figure TikTok is becoming the new thing.
Well,
And then
I
as
can
soon as I
barely
learn
log
TikTok,
into my
everyone's going to be something
Gmail.
else.
I can barely log into my Gmail. Okay. Like, I'm really not savvy. Like, for real. Girl, I'm just like, you know, tiptoeing around it. I'm not like gonna, go in for like the hard, we're just being,
I mean, if
open
what you're doing
minded.
is like, who gives a shit what people think about that? And
Not me.
that's that's your conversation to have with your children. And if, people don't agree with you doing OnlyFans, then they don't have to watch it.
Right.
And
Right. They don't. I mean, they don't. And uh you know, I'm just not going to apologize for something that I decided to do that's not affecting anybody but myself. If you don't like it or whatever, I appreciate that opinion, and I will definitely not keep that in my head and move on. So,
yeah, and
yeah.
that's up to, I it's very I don't know. I don't like people that are I'm sorry, Skylar, I don't mean this towards you directly, but everyone does what they need to do to, make a living or provide for
I
their
was doing
children.
it for fun. Like, I
So
I
would you
don't.
be doing it with Max?
Oh, uh,
Is he
Max
the
and I are
is
doing
masked
Max
man?
and I have this kind of thing where we don't want to mix our relationship with our business stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that his things on his OnlyFans are very different and colorful. He's been bashed and everything else, but all I can say is go, baby, go. And he's doing and getting exactly what he wants, and that's him, y'all talking about him, and whether it's positive or negative doesn't matter. And I knew this was going to happen. I don't think me being on OnlyFans could affect my children. Um, being in prison 5 times, having my child in prison, not being there for their birthdays, missing out on things, not doing homework, things like that kind of trumps me doing OnlyFans. So, like, I don't know.
Says she can make a living without publicly embarrassing herself and her kids. Would
I
you be
embarrassed
embarrassed?
myself when I fell down the stairs high as hell on Christmas. That this is you're this Skylar, you're talking about things that are this OnlyFans is so low on the um on the scale here. I just saying, like, bro, welcome to 2022. Okay. This is what I want to do. I don't think it's going to affect my children. If it does, then I guess I'll have to deal with that when I get there. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So my kids are my freaking everything, and they back me up, and they're great. They're such great people, and I don't know. I don't know. That's the way I feel.
Well, that's
And
a
nobody ever said
conversation
anything
between
about
you
like
and your
porn and like all this
children
stuff.
to
Like this person's like, oh, people don't listen, but it's cool. It's very cool.
and that's something to I have to put this comment up. Thank you, Penny.
You do. You're glowing.
Oh, well, it's a ring light. It's good lighting. So
Okay,
that's
how
why.
did you do your ring light? Because let me show you this ring light right here. It is. It's not like I look like Casper right now, and you look like you are just Baywatch babe ready.
Well, that's because I got makeup tips from a makeup tutorial stream I did a couple days ago with Vixie, and apparently you're supposed to put some like bronzer up here and
Mhm.
around here and just I don't know. I made myself a little tanner than I usually am.
Right. I was like worried about you, like if you were gonna be like filling up. You look like you feel okay, and that's just so impressive to me after everything you've been through today. Like,
It
my
was
goodness,
it was
girl.
not what like I am in a little bit of pain, and when I went off camera, I had to have my friend So what I got done, guys, is I got some liposuction done, and it's air liposuction. It's a procedure that's patented by Elite Body Sculpting, and it's not like the aqua lipo or anything like that. And what kind of phone do I have, Lily? I have an iPhone. So it's so I went in for the consult. Gosh, what's today? Yesterday, and they happened to have a slot open. And I have, in the past 2 years, anybody who has known what I went through with my mom, with COVID, Tracy, all that stuff, I've probably gained about 50 pounds in the past 2 years, and I've sometimes cried about it, and don't feel confident going out and things like that. And I know I could lose it with diet and exercise, but realistically, to get the results I wanted, I'd have to be lifting, tires in the backyard, doing boot camp and stuff. And I'm not going to do that. It was a big decision to make for the amount of money that I spent on it, but I feel like it's going to make me feel a lot more confident. And I don't know if anyone else has had the procedure done, but I went in today and I was fully awake during the whole thing. I was texting you just during some of it.
I wanted to be there so bad to hold your hand and to like hold that tube of fat. I was like, I've got this shit. Get out of here. You did so good.
I wish they'd put me under a little more. It didn't hurt. And I'll post the picture of how much fat they took out. And so it's
let me ask you this: is there a certain amount they can take out for a price, like per price? Like I don't know how this works.
The reason I went with them is I originally had a oh, thank you. So I originally had a consult with a place that does aqua lipo. And then I kind of read about it and the results, because when people say they do that lunchtime lipo or whatever, it's like
lipo,
yeah. Do what? Oh, my friend's telling me aqua didn't work, but so people say, I went and got lipo for $2,400. Well, that's your stomach is cut into. That's like they cut your stomach into several sections. So yeah, like you could get maybe the bottom half done or something for $2,400, but you're still going to have the love handles. And Skylar, if you do not want to see that, then you do not have to subscribe to her OnlyFans. And
I like Skylar. I like Skylar's attitude. Skylar, what I ever do to you, girl? Do we know each other?
I think Skylar's flirting.
Yes.
Oh, hi, Vixie. Someone just complimented me on my makeup, and I gave you a shout out.
I like Vixie's picture. Her
Vixie
hair
did. She's the one that showed me about the bronzer and
stuff.
what
did she? Oh man, she's got great hair.
But but today they gave me like some Demerol and a couple Xanax for the procedure, and then like the thing that took the longest was the numbing. And then I will post a picture of the fat that they sucked. It's amazing. And I was like, am I going to walk out of here and just be really skinny? And they're like, no, it's going to take, a couple weeks for you to start seeing the results. And so I have a compression thing that I have to wear for 2 days. And they're, I'm just giving you the details here, that they're on the incisions. They gave me maxi pads, like to put on the incisions, like on your stomach and stuff. And when I went off camera, it's because one of the incisions was leaking and I had to reapply that. And you guys probably didn't want to see that. That's been the worst part of it. Like, and right now I'm kind of starting to ache a little bit, but they did give me some pain medicine. And I think I'm going to be really happy with the results. And I think it's going to make me motivated to do to maintain it, because it's not going to be such a huge goal that I have to get over, because that's the main thing that bothered me. And
does your skin smooth now? Like, does it smooth out? Is that what the compression thing does, right? It makes sure your skin.
Well, it's really swollen right now, but he was like, oh my God. I don't know if I'm being burgled. Hold on. Hush.
You have backup over there.
But the compression suit is to kind of, I am in a little pain. Like my abdomen is starting to hurt a little. Abdomen, look at me talking all fancy. My stomach is starting to hurt a little bit, like on the incision. But it's you wear this for 2 days, and then you just kind of, the results go over time, and it, like, I'm going back to work tomorrow, and it's just, I think I'm going to feel a lot better about myself because it's been bothering me, and I've had a shitty couple of years, and I just decided this is something I want to do for me. It was, and I'm excited about it and to see the results. I'm going to St. Croix in March to visit my best friend, and is Lamp acting up, Lilio? Tara doesn't know about Lamp. Lamp's over there fine. And I heard Jen talking about Lamp today. I don't know what that was going on. You'll if you hang around YouTube long enough, you're going to meet some characters, Tara. I can't wait to
okay.
these people. But the procedure, I will, when I get brave enough. God, it was the worst. Let me show you guys one thing. It was the worst thing in the world when I had to get into my underwear and bra, and in front of, I'm going to show her picture and not her face, in front of the doctor and this woman, and show them where the doctor was pinching where I had fat and things like that. And it's like, could we not get maybe a bigger woman in here or not, or something to
like her.
And she was very nice and lovely and then today he did the thing where my friends had joked and they were like, it's not going to be like on Nip Tuck where they circle, you know, the places. That's exactly what they did, and circled, like, I mean, he might as well have just taken a Sharpie and colored all over, like, instead of circling the areas.
Like this motion, like this, like where it's really like pulling out. No, you don't feel that at all. Like I just,
I mean, I was numb. I could feel like pressure, but it did not hurt. The thing that hurt the most was numbing it. It felt like, I told him, I said, it feels like you're punching a staple in my stomach. And he said, well, when has someone done that to you? And I was like, well, I guess you have a point. But that's what I would imagine it would feel like.
Well, I just think that's so great that you did it because, you know, you're like, man, I'm doing this because it made me feel good. And I'm doing it.
They did it with a Sharpie, Ari. It wasn't lipstick, but it was a Sharpie. And they made me look in the mirror and wear this like paper bikini thing. And it's actually a very good sales technique because when they made me look in the mirror the first time, it's like, if I was on the fence, now that you're doing this, like, God, I want to come out of here. Like, just give me a whole face transplant or something. No. And
no, you're a total babe.
Thank you so much.
I just, at this point, I can't afford anything like liposuction. So I'm using, not duct tape, I'm using alien tape. Y'all know what that is?
What is that?
Alien tape is this tape I found at a grocery store, y'all. It is so good. It's like duct tape's cousin, you know? And so I guess I'm gonna have to use alien tape and duct tape to put me back in.
So you put it on before your clothes, like Spanx or something?
No, I really don't do that, but I'm thinking about it if it gets bad enough.
Oh, hi, Terry Lynn. Terry Lynn also has a podcast. She's a good friend of mine. Could you stand up and show, like, you look like you're in really good shape. Like, can you stand up and...
Let me back.
Oh, you don't need lipo or anything like that.
I'm 5'10", you know what I'm saying? And I'm not on drugs anymore. And I feel like I was telling my friend the other day, I was like, whenever I was on drugs, I was pointy. Okay. I don't know if that makes any sense to y'all, but let me tell you what pointy is. your nose gets pointy, your chin gets pointy, your elbows are pointy. Then, like, I mean, if you are the lucky one and have boobs, they're pointy. Your knees
Your
are
nose
pointy.
almost looks like you had a nose job.
Oh, I have
It's a
not.
great nose.
Is it a good nose? Well, it
It
was
looks like
pointy. It was pointy at one point. I'm 5'10" and I weighed 103 pounds, and that was on a good day. That was on a good day, and I was wearing like a 000 pants in Abercrombie, and I remember one time I fit into a 16 in Justice, like little girl stuff, and I just, when you're on drugs and you're out there doing things, you're like, I know I look so good, like, no, you
that's
don't.
I made the mistake of saying one time, I'm like, after they lose on Love After Lockup, after they come out of prison and lose that like meth 40 pounds, they look
Yeah, in
great.
2 days.
And that's a horrible thing to say, but
Yeah, it is. And it's just self-esteem. You already feel bad about yourself. You want to, kind of feel some normalcy or whatever. And I remember when I was in prison, I was like, I'm going to be so motivated. I'm going to go to the gym. I want to eat good. I'm so lazy. I cannot. I want to. I feel like the want is there. You know what I mean? The want to go, but I just don't have the drive. So I just right now, am just watching what I'm eating. Like, I had pizza for breakfast yesterday. So good.
I pigged out like food was going out of style yesterday. I was like, this is my last hurrah, and I don't eat that bad. It's just for a long time with my mom being sick and stuff, like food was the only thing that I had to look forward to.
Yeah.
And
Well, like, I was gonna ask you a thing. Like, did they put one of those like bands in your stomach, like a lap, like one of those? That's more of a medical, like a doctor, like, enforces that, right? Like, that's what's gonna happen, right? Or not just
there's it's done, and supposedly the fat cells will never come back, which would be awesome. I don't know, and I'm just very excited. I was like, will I be able to in March? Will I see results by the time I go on vacation and be able to get in the ocean and all that stuff? And I'm really excited about it, and I feel really good about it. And the money I could have spent that on a lot of other things, but it's something that I want it done. And if it makes you look good, feel good, or smell good, I say do it.
Whoop whoop! I'm like over here, like, soaking in all of these like things that you're saying, and I'm so happy that you did that for yourself. Because sometimes, like, we're like, man, I wish I could get this done. Am I ever gonna be able to get this done? Like, I want to feel good, man. And proud of you, man. You did it.
Proud of me for getting lipo. I'm a brave girl.
Scary. They come at me with that big needle. I'm like, but one day I too will flourish in the cosmetic world with this Botox.
Botox I do get regularly, and I'll tell you that's a gateway drug because there are all kinds of, and Botox is not that expensive. And where's that guy, James Wood, who has it for sale? Holler at us. Like, I would love to buy some back alley Botox. I'll say it right now.
Me too.
And it is like a gateway thing because it's such. People don't know you have it done, but I can tell when I start to see like a little line right here. I can tell it's wearing off, and it it's just a little refresher. I do at some point want to get a lower blepharoplasty. I think I pronounced.
Oh my God, can you even spell that? What did you say?
It's for bags under your eyes, which I've always, as a teenager,
you're making that up.
No, blepharoplasty. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I'm not
making it up. Can you use it in Scrabble?
Do what?
Can you use it in Scrabble?
If I could spell it.
Exactly.
I can't spell it. I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing it correctly.
There's some cucumbers on there, girl.
And I've gotten fillers. I've gotten Restylane and stuff under there, and it doesn't really, for the price, like, and it lasts about a year, but for the price, it doesn't. I might as well just get. Oh, hold on. My friend just sent me. So there we go. Here it is. Blepharoplasty. Hold on. Can you guys see that?
Damn, it really is a thing, y'all. Still can't spell it. Can't, I have no idea.
Somebody said, so she isn't a catfish. Tara is really pretty.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, guys. Well, we've been on here almost an hour and a half, and I probably need to lay down and rest and make sure that none of my
too much leakage in one night is not a good thing. Okay.
What'd you say?
Too much leakage in one night could not be a good thing, girl.
Whenever you're leaking, whenever you have to turn the camera off because you're leaking, it might be time to wrap it up. So,
no pun intended. Ching, ching. Girl, your word pay was sick.
But I hope that you will come back. When I got to her prepared for my live, but I'll be watching. I'll tune into your live, Terry Lynn.
For sure.
I watched some of it last night. That you were playing some stuff that our girl Siwa had said, and I don't know if this YouTube world is. You think the streets are tough and prison is tough, Tara?
I'm seeing, girl. I don't know if I'm ready. I was only on here for an hour and a half, and I got, but it's okay because I got up again. That's the problem. I'll get up.
I get knocked down.
Oh gosh, your YouTubers are. Woo! All right, it's okay. It's okay. I want to wear a bulletproof vest and a helmet next time.
I would die. We should come on here wearing fucking helmets. Like, that's a good idea with the way some of these bitches are. But I hope you will come on again. And I have enjoyed talking to you so much. And we will talk again. As always, everyone, I would appreciate donations to my vodka fund. You can cash at me at LRed48. It's not for my kids. It's not for any charitable organization. It's for me to buy vodka. And if you appreciate the content, I would appreciate the donations. So, finishing up, do you have anything else that you want to say to people?
I just want, I just want to thank everybody for giving me a chance just to try to be myself, and just bear with me. I'm going to get it. It's one foot in front of the other, and I just wish everybody good luck, and let's support each other. Do some stuff, hang out.
Skylar wants to know when is the next live. I don't know. Well, I'm just going to kind of fly by the
dinner.
Seat of my pants here, and hopefully I would love to have Tara back on again. This has been a great interview, and I feel like you have so much to say about things. There's so many more questions I want to ask you about prison, and some nosy questions like, did you have girlfriends in prison? Did you?
I did, and maybe we'll save that for another show. Skylar, make sure you're here. Don't want to miss you, girl.
Skylar, you don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss this, and tell everybody how our kids would feel about that. So
I need therapy.
They're going to add you on IG. I'm gonna put in the description where people can follow you on Instagram.
Okay. And thank you. I need friends. Please be my friend.
Hit the like and subscribe. Yes, please. Follow Tara on IG to see what she's doing. And hopefully we will have her on again. Who is Leo making? Leo says vomit nasty. What do you look? What's so nasty, Leo?
I'm vomit and nasty. My grandma said.
What are you talking about? What, Leo? Share your. Can you? Can
Leo.
You form that into words?
No. I like this guy already.
I don't know if he can just do emojis or if he would like to articulate what.
Maybe his favorite color is green. I got it.
Okay.
I win.
Who cares? We don't care what he's vomiting at. So I'm going to put in the description where you guys can follow Tara on Instagram. And I think that we will hear more from her, and I am excited to see what you do next. And
yay, thank you. And I can't wait to see what you guys have to ask me. You guys are sneaky. I like it.
He said, you gringas.
Thank you for noticing.
So he's vomiting because we're white girls? Well, I'm sorry, Leo, that I mean, we can't do anything about that. And maybe
I could go to the
watch a
tanning bed.
channel
I got
where,
a little white. It's the damn ring light. He's mad at me. It's me.
oh, should I turn the ring light off? Is
No,
that
it was me. I know I'm pasty. I should get my ass in the tanning bed. I'm sorry, Leo. Yes, I am very offensively white. I know.
offensively white?
Oh my
Oh
God.
my
I
God.
have so much self-reflecting. My diary is going to be filled with all sorts of fucking shit I need to work on tonight. You too. Thank you so much.
Dear diary.
Yes, I got it on my bed. I'm going to go
Okay. Well,
write my
thank you
feelings.
so much. And I
You're
will talk to
welcome.
you
Go lay
soon.
down. Dude,
And
thank you for just everything. You are such
you,
an amazing person. I am the lucky one here to even just have you in my corner and as a friend. And yeah, I'm with
I
you.
agree. I think that we could be friends, and I have enjoyed talking to you. I love your spirit, your energy, all that. And I think that you can do anything you freaking want to. And don't ever
Oh,
let
man.
anyone tell you differently.
I won't. Thanks for the support and everything. Really, you're great.
Okay. Well, you
Are
have
we
an
having a
open
moment?
invitation.
I feel like I need a look in your eyes for a second.
Do what?
I feel like we were having a moment just now.
Bat my eyes
You're
at
a
you.
bad girl. Call me later.
Now Leo wants to know if he's single.
Absolutely. Before or after the tanning bed? Is a tanning bed, see?
She'll let you know when she gets a little more bronzed, and we don't know if she's single or not because we don't know what's happened with Max.
Yeah, you
So
guys will have to stay tuned and keep watching and
she
see what
might
happens.
she might have a boo.
Might have
So
a boo. Might have a little boo boo. Okay.
okay, well, thank you so much. I'm going to take a pain pill and go to bed. And because I don't like, it is starting to throb a little bit, but you guys probably
Sorry.
don't want to know. That might be TMI.
Love
Your
it.
first date
Right.
can be to the tanning bed, Leo. Ari said.
Right, Ari, that's right. Or you can buy me a tanning bed, whatever. After OnlyFans, you sign up on that.
All right, Tara. Well, I will talk to you soon. Thank all
Yeah.
of you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, but please, I'll put in the description where you can follow Tara on Instagram and we can see what she's doing next. And thank you guys so much. Thank you, Tara. You were fabulous.
Thanks, you too,
Okay.
baby. All
Bye,
right.
guys. Thank you.
See ya.